So much attention on these middlemen. Two very formidable sides. They've got designs on the finals at the very least. Another cracking round of footy here on 9 is underway, and here is JWH, who was immense in his return against the Bunnies a couple of weeks back. Jackson Polor now, 4 tries in his last 2 games thanks to back-to-back try-scoring doubles, and Collins and tackled by Ryan Madison and also Mitchell Moses. Here's Radley, and Moses tried to put a shot on. He came bouncing out the back. Victor, the inflictor. It's his night, and he loves the big stage. Played by Nat Butcher, and the ball back to Sam Walker. A good defensive set to start the game for Parramatta. The kick lands with Micah Sevo. So the Eels broke the winning drought last week in spectacular fashion. The fact is still, though, they've only won 1 game this year, and they are 15th on the ladder heading into tonight. Here's Wonga Blake, and here's Widemu Greg. What an assignment he's been thrown. Starting for the first time in his career. It's his 7th NRL appearance tonight.
Yeah, big occasion for Widemu Greg. He started well. He's got a carry under his belt, made a couple of tackles. He's got to keep that up for about 20 minutes. So Madison, who won a premiership as a Rooster back in 2018. And he plays it 15 at the Roosters side of halfway. There's Hodgson with a dummy and run. It was the last tackle, though.
He mustn't have known it was the last tackle. Wait, Luke, wait. Give it to him.
I think
I
think that gesture of the referee backs that thought up, Billy. Oh, we get jarred there, Tupou. Strong tackle.
Release Josh. Wait.
And Hodgson down the bottom of all of that. The ball to Egan Butcher now. So the 2 brothers in the Roosters back row again tonight. Here's Joseph Suali'i. So much of the spotlight has been hovering over him this week. Inside pass to Collins from Radley. Oh, there was a support run there by Walker, but the ball went behind him, and it's been cleaned up by Parramatta.
Yeah, it was a great run by Lindsay Collins. Nice pass by Victor Radley. Back on the inside to Lindsay Collins. They gained the advantage. Lindsay just tried to squeeze a little bit too much out of that one.
Now Simonson in from the wing.
Stand up now. Square back.
Strong tackle, Egan Butcher. They're inside Rooster territory. And now Jermaine Hopgood. Made a real splash Parramatta way this year since moving from up the freeway. Gutherson to Greg, lurking out wide. And Butcher and Walker combined to bring him down, but he takes some stopping. Brown into the line, Gutherson away, Sevo rolls it on the boot. The ball bounces over the touchline, and it wasn't played at.
Well, it's a couple of times they got their big man a little bit wider. They got Greg one-on-one with Sam Walker, then double up the same way. Well defended by the Roosters. They've got one of their big men on the right side running at Keary. Keep an eye on that. Parramatta's big men, a little bit wider. Going at the Roosters.
Oh, look at that for a stinger by Greg. He's really unloaded in the opening exchanges here. Let's go to Brad. I know you love coming to this place, Freddie.
It's fantastic. Got to say, this is the first time I felt like it's actually getting cooler. Quite beautiful conditions for the players tonight. There's a breeze going straight across the field, so it doesn't really help anyone. It's Luke Keary puts it deep into the corner. And it's about 19 degrees. Apart from that, there's a nice crowd building. Should be a good night.
Enjoy it down there, Brad. Interestingly, Parramatta don't really enjoy coming to this Moore Park precinct. They lost their last 5 games straight at the old Allianz, and they haven't won in the Moore Park precinct, as we're calling it now, since 2008. It's a long run of outs. And then they've got to contend with the traffic coming from Parramatta, of course. Cartwright had his legs swooped away by Walker. Great tackle. Now Campbell Gillard. There's some confidence about the Eels' work early here. Hodgson and Moses. That's gone Very high, not a great deal of depth, but it's played back here by Blake, and Cartwright can throw it on the boot, and the ball will trickle over the dead ball line.
Well, that's a missed opportunity. He had the right arm out. His uncle John was famous for those round the corner passes. I thought he was going to throw it around the corner. Started well, Parramatta. Keep it up. I'm just watching Wiremu Greg, number 10 there. And as he's playing NRL, the big fella, he was sucking, trying to get the air into the lungs. He's gassed.
Here's Tedesco and Collins, and back to Teddy, and Keary supporting. He's dragged down from behind by Simonson. Great interchange of passing, and a super fast play the ball as well, as Walker's dragged down. They were offside. He's in the bin.
Penasini.
It's a professional foul. Penasini never got back on side.
I'm not disputing it. He stopped here and interfered. Go. Can't challenge 10 metres.
Oh, it's a big play.
What's he
big
saying?
call.
What's he saying there, Bill?
Will Penasini. He's called a professional foul on Will Penasini. There was a line break by Lindsay Collins. Tedesco puts him through a hole and then gets the ball back. And Keary, he finds himself into space. Just watch Will Penasini. He's getting back on side. He turns there and he just gets himself involved in the play, knowing that he wasn't on side. That's a professional foul. The Roosters on the attack.
Smith, Keary and Walker, and it looks like they've got a stack of room over this side, but Parramatta slide and Hutchison's dragged down.
It was a mirage. The space was a mirage.
Bradley to Collins. Jeez, had a big start, Lindsay Collins, and so is Victor with his ball playing. 6 metres short. Smith feeds a short ball away, and he's over. He dropped it.
I don't know.
Victor, this was your moment.
Not on a delayed restart.
There's been a lot of talk this week about the Eels wanting an X factor. Well, an X factor mightn't save this try. Just watch Clint Gutherson here. Desperation. He holds him up. Don't worry about the X factor. There's 4 points saved.
What's that do to your teammates when they see that, Bill?
Oh, that's huge. That's a huge play. And Clint does that not just every week. He does it nearly every half.
Is there such a thing as a Z factor? Because that sounds better than an X factor. Clint Gutherson, the king.
A Z factor.
A Z factor sounds like you're setting someone to sleep, Andrew. He's a beauty. Now Hodgson has to run behind his own man to kick on tackle 3. And it's rolling back into the field of play. I don't think it was that a 40-20, Billy?
That was from the 50.
Oh, right. I got excited.
This is good surging defence. This is what you want to see after a kick like that from Hodgson. Here's Jackson Polor. Hasn't his career turned around? Think about that awful experience against the Panthers last year and the subsequent treatment from some fans. I say that loosely. And here at the Roosters, he's had a great start to the year. Tedesco for Keary now. And Tupou, one of the Para players, was taken down. He appealed. Swali'i. Egan Butcher is going to get the first try for the Roosters.
Well, the try might be awarded, but I think they're going to have a look at someone being obstructed.
There's Bailey Simonson, the right winger.
Did Luke Keary grab him?
That's what they're appealing. Harvey Norman replay. Keary will go through. Yeah, I think he's got a hand on him. There's not much, but Keary's got a hand on Simonson there.
Well, he's got a handful of jersey and just pulls him down after he passes the ball.
And this will show it perfect here. He passes the ball. Yeah, grabs at him. Definitely grabs at him. This will be taken off the Roosters. See, Keary gets across field nice and quick. Yeah, you can see the jersey, pulls at the jersey.
Hey, Jared, can we just have a look for a jag back after the pass on Bailey Simonson?
Yeah, this will be a no try. Looking really dangerous down this left-hand side when James Tedesco gets in first.
Just look at the actions of Luke Keary here after passing the ball. He grabs hold of the jersey of Bailey Simonson, denying him the opportunity to defend Daniel Tupou.
Yeah, the first time James Tedesco puts Lindsay Collins through a bit of space and gets the ball back on an offload. And then they go down on the second occasion and pick up Luke Keary.
Yep.
Just keep an eye out on James Tedesco getting down this left-hand side.
Look at Tedesco on first receiver. His speed, the way he gets across field, and Ryan Madison, he has to turn in and commit, which makes it the overlap on the outside. I love that from Tedesco. Freddie?
Well, not only they have the try taken away from them, Parramatta will now have a set of 6 starting from the Roosters' 30-metre line. That's a big turning point.
Back on the red line, both feet here. Both feet, Jared. Hold you, wait for the kick. Hold.
Here's Madison.
Jared, stand.
Big mismatch on the left side. Your Wonga Blake on Drew Hutchison. They can get Wonga Blake one-on-one. He's one of the quickest in the competition.
Oh, he's had it ripped away. That's a penalty. They didn't time it correctly.
Well, we can't take it. The attack is finished.
Why don't we go back to Is it cool help?
Right back there. You can't challenge it. I've caught it's after the held. Off you go.
So rather than 2 men in the tackle, referee Brent Atkins is saying the held call had come.
Well, you take the 2 while the clock down, while they've got a man in the sin bin. They've done well.
Yeah, and it's a big turning point. It could have been 6-0. Now it's 2-0 the other way.
Moses to take the penalty shot after 10 minutes. Mitchell Moses lining up what would be career goal 499. So it's quite the turnaround, isn't it? The Roosters go in to score but have the try overturned, and then Parramatta go down the other end and lead the game 2-0.
Well, I think the more the game stops, the more it's going to suit the Parramatta Eels. As we see the penalty here, referee called held. Brandon Smith rips the ball away from Widemu Greg. But there's only one noted front rower, Makatoa, on the bench for the Eels. So if Regan Campbell-Gillard and Widemu Greg can get these little stoppages in the game, it'll keep them going longer.
Here's the former Cowboy now charging into them. Oh, Maria Hargreaves right down there. Not on my turf, son. Now Madison, who is an option to move into the middle for Brad Arthur. He played largely in the middle last year. Now Campbell-Gillard and Collins with a good shot. Gee, Billy, your best place to talk about Lindsay Collins. Hasn't he come on as a front rower?
Yeah, came off a knee injury last year. He does all the little things well, Lindsay Collins. He's got that power and gets your momentum going forward, but he's a player in the middle of the field that does all the little things really well.
So, Holor returning the long kick by Moses.
Get up, Josh. Hold. Wait.
They've won 11 of their last 14 at home here, this Roosters team. Obviously, this new ground has been a successful venue for them too. Just the one loss so far since they launched it last year. And they're the only team to beat the Warriors in season 2023. The Warriors in 4th position. Oh, Swali'i, great left foot step. Tedesco's there. Brown nabs him.
Brown's come from the left. Great tackle.
Now Keary races from dummy half. He was ankle tapped by Brown. He got it back to Tedesco. The ball goes to Waria Hargreaves, who's pulled down by a desperate Hopgood.
They're on right.
They have to score.
Walker with a Harbour Bridge pass. He hits the mark. Polo Hutchison. They finally break them down.
Yeah, that was pretty. That was a slick finish by Jackson Parlour. Drew Hutchison gets the try. Here's the line break. Harvey Norman replay. The man of the moment, Joseph Suaalii, just bang off that left foot, gives it to James Tedesco, his captain, on the inside. Brown makes a couple of crucial tackles, and there was so much space out to the right. And Sam Walker, well, he can get the ball there quicker than anyone. Geez, that's a good pass.
Look at that Sam Walker. He just does not hesitate. Look at this. A lot of halfbacks would see that and pull it back and probably kick to the corner. Whatever his first thought is, his instinct, he just rolls with it. See young halfbacks coming through the grades. When they come into the NRL, they're very hesitant to throw the long passes. They like playing those short passes. Not Sam Walker. Freddie?
I've got to say, you've got to respect the Parramatta defence. They took a flick pass from Jackson Polo to end up scoring the try. They just never gave up the defence. They stopped Teddy after the break and then nearly got to Jackson Polo, but it took a right arm flick pass to score the try. Pretty good defence. And at this time, there's about 50 seconds before their player comes back on the field to make it 13.
I was watching the players as they arrived at the ground here today, and the Roosters players were out on the field for a long time, even before their warm-up, and Parlour and Suaalii were just flicking the ball just as Jackson did on that occasion. That's a common pass for him.
Walker's kick is spot on.
Try, you don't have to come out, I'll check it.
It's been a cracking start to Thursday footy here at Allianz. The Roosters denied a try earlier, but have crossed there for a 6-2 advantage. And Drew Hutchison, what about that on Maria Hargreaves?
That was Greg.
Boom. That is a super shot. He liked it. Is that who you got? Where's Nat Butcher now? Yes, Drew Hutchison started in the centres in round 1. He's had the last couple of games off the bench. Played every game for the Roosters last year.
Drew Hutchison?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm sure he came to the club thinking, I'll get a run.
I can remember watching him play lower grades and juniors, coming through the system at St George Illawarra. Looked a real prospect, playing halfback.
Yeah. So Wonga Blake now. You saw Will Penasini re-enter the fray. And that's the run of a fresh footballer there. Bust the first tackle, and he's tackled 11 short of halfway. Now Gutherson, you talk about X Factor. He's played 4 games, 2 tries, 1 try assist, 2 line breaks, and running for 168 metres a game, Clint Gutherson, and he broke the double century against Penrith last week. Then there's his leadership, which is really immeasurable.
James, are you on it?
We might go to Brad Fittler.
Playing the ball in the
Coach
centre.
Clint Gutherson at Origin level. Tell us about his qualities.
Well, his qualities start when he wakes up and comes down to breakfast. He's just one of those blokes that's ultra positive all the time. Most of the times, well, the majority of the times, he's been the 18th man or 19th man, and he's the most enthusiastic bloke at training. A couple of times we had him playing the sidles in 2020, played right centre. Did a great job at right centre. Teddy also got hurt, had to go to fullback, so fit in a few positions. But just one of those blokes that just never complains, always doing his best, and great to be around.
Gee, that's an aggressive run from Egan Butcher. He's wonderful on his feet. Now Tedesco hasn't scored a try so far in 2023, as tonight is night. Now Keary into the line with an inside pass. What a tackle! Knocks the ball free. It's the veteran, Hodgson.
Well, it was a big tackle, but before the tackle, he had to read the play. He understood the threat of Victor Radley on the inside and just takes his eyes off Keary and launches into Victor Radley. He understands his footy, Josh Hodgson. He's come up.
Yeah, people talk about vision. Usually they talk about only an attack, but you can see the vision there defensively. The ability to read the play, see the threat. It's a big play.
They've turned the ball back on the inside a lot, Andrew, in the opening part of this game.
Haven't they?
They're looking to get it at this man, Widemu Greg, starting for the first time in his career, perhaps.
Well, he's done a fantastic job, Widemu Greg. I'd be thinking to get him off shortly. He's done his job.
And Makatoa, he's on the sideline.
And Brown to Gutherson. He's got Wonga Blake there, and Sevo with the shortest of passages. In fact, it wasn't even a passage, it was a dead end.
But that's the side they need to attack. But they attack that time from the middle of the field. They need to work the ball to the right-hand side of the field more, open up the field. So from the middle of the field, the spaces there are wide enough. They get Wonga Blake away. They can work the ball over to the right-hand side of the field and open the field right up. I think they'll have some joy.
Yeah, they pushed him to the sideline. Not the first time James Tedesco's got across there to save the day on that side of the field.
There's some sturdy defence. 3 Eels driving Tupou back. And an offload from Swali'i was effective. And Tupou again. He was a Guildford Owl junior, Daniel Tupou. That's in the Parramatta district, of course. Now Tedesco. This is a good set. Power running from the backmen so far. Radley and Walker cut off by Blake.
Good hustle. Great defence. Aggressive defence, Wonga Blake.
Here's Collins. Straight towards Hodgson. Help there by Madison and Campbell-Gillard. Now Keary with a tester for Gutherson. Oh, Swali'i lined him up from a long way out. But ever reliable at the back. And now Bailey Simonson. So Makatoa is on the ground now for Parramatta, and Widemu Greg earns a break after 20 minutes of play.
Been strong.
And he brings plenty of energy and power, does Makatoa. 14 out from the halfway, played it to Hodgson. Ball goes to Moses. And Madison, who played 60 games with the Roosters, including that grand final win. Oh, Moses was tackled in the air there. Oh, he doesn't blow penalty. Oh, he must have got a stud on the ground. Meanwhile, there is room out wide, but Hutchison doesn't have the pace to get around them. Gee, it looked like Moses had been tackled before he hit the ground.
Yeah, Jackson Polo, he's counting his ribs in the back play. Micah Sevo got him after he passed the ball.
Tupou runs at Moses. But Madison's the helper there, and Penasini as well. Now Brandon Smith. Good ball. Tupou with a flick back on the inside. Swali'i picked up by Keary. And Moses with a strong tackle there. They're trying to move this ball, the Roosters, aren't they? Oh, Maria Hargreaves ran into Makatoa this time. The big dog plays it to the yappy dog. And Keary puts a kick in the air. Swali'i chasing. It literally landed in his lap. And it's been lost backwards.
Backwards.
Oh, it's a spear tackle.
Oh, Victor.
Oh, he's... Now, hang on.
Well, I thought Clint Gutherson dragged it forward.
Well, there's a knock-on to start with Tupou and Suali'i.
Yeah. So what about the tackle, though?
Well, Victor's looking at the screen.
Yeah, knock on. Middle.
No.
Yeah, there's a knock-on here.
Oh,
Yeah.
Falcon. Oh, that was...
And where's Victor? No, that's fine.
No.
Oh.
Well, Dylan Brown, he can see the knees coming, all accidental, from Nat Butcher, and he actually moves his head out of the way.
Let's go, Sam. Let's go. Head in, head in. Head in.
We've got Luke Keary and James
Easy, by the way.
Tedesco at the back of the scrum.
So
See which way they swing. They're going to the right.
it's ruled not to be a knock-on by Swali'i, and they head right, and a tap on from Tedesco to Polo.
Dylan, move. He's
10 metres out. Looking for their second here, the home team, and here's Maria Hargreaves.
Jermaine, move. 1 foot on the line.
Tackled by Jermaine Hopgood. The ball through Keary. Now to Walker, now to Tedesco, and Tupou has fumbled it. There was a real chance there.
Oh, Tedesco.
Time off, we have nothing yet.
He is down in back play.
Time off, haven't made a decision yet.
He's not good.
And Bailey Simonson sees the threat and rushes in from the wing. This will show it perfect. Tedesco.
Oh.
Well, he comes in because he's coming in so quick and then braces.
Well, is there evidence there's an arm away from the body? Now, that's one of the barometers.
No, he's hit him in the head.
Oh, he got him high.
You've got a duty of care not to hit anyone in the head, especially when you're rushing in like that.
Hang on, Jerry.
You've got to lower your
He's
level.
going off, Jerry. He's not well.
Well, this
It's not going to end well for Bailey Simonson, unfortunately.
Well,
Tedesco might be done too.
He's walking past Brad Fittler. Freddie, how's Teddy look?
Yeah, well, you can see the right side of his face is very red. He's got a bit of a cut above his nose.
All right,
I've
here
got
we
to say,
go.
he doesn't look
Hang on a minute.
concussed.
10 on the bin.
Jared!
It's both right edges are now spending 10 minutes in the sin bin. But he didn't look like he'd been concussed. He didn't look daisy. So let's hope he gets a HIA and he's okay to come back.
We had not yet made a decision on that because the ball had gone out of touch, right? We were getting to that. Your approach.
You can see
is
Bailey
unacceptable.
Simonson
You do it again,
jamming
you'll be
in
sitting down
at
because that was
pace.
not on.
Jared
Right, as long as you
Hargreaves
agree.
having a good conversation with the referee.
I think I heard Jared say, if that was me, you'd send me off.
He's probably right.
Yeah.
He's probably right. But he's jamming
Yeah,
in
it's
to
high.
try and stop it. Like, there's no intention, but you've got a duty of care to lower your level and not hit people in the head.
So here's Collins, and they get another 10-minute window with Parramatta down a man, and Collins takes a power to stopping.
So
Almost.
Suali'i to fullback.
Almost up against the goalpost pad there. Ball turned back on the inside to Butcher.
Jermaine, move! Hold, 1 foot.
All this 12-man defending's got to be eating away at Parramatta's fuel tank. The ball goes to Walker. Again over the top. Tupou for the corner. What a brilliant tackle by Moses in cover.
That
Wow.
Play
is
the ball.
a throwback to Johnny Raper. The cover
Play the
tackle
ball.
doesn't
Play the
get
ball.
any better than this. Mitchell Moses, it's a great ball again. Sam Walker, look at this
Play the
ball.
ball.
He's going to score $1.01 to score. Moses gets across.
Well done.
That's like the classic cover tackle.
That's a beautiful tackle. And
Look at that.
you see Daniel Tupou doesn't change the ball. He's got it in the right arm, can't fend off. And Moses just accelerates and right around the bootlaces. That's a beauty.
I want to explain to our younger viewers about Johnny Raper.
Steve Mortimer.
Turvey, yep.
Stand, hold, wait, go 2.
There's Bryce Cartwright.
Drew, stand up. Square,
One of
wait.
only 4 Parramatta players who have won a match at this Moore Park precinct, believe it or not. The old Allianz, new Allianz and cricket ground.
Knock her out of the way. Hold. Go. Nothing late. Back up. Jermaine.
Moses sends it skyward. Tupou with the kick return. He's been enormous, Daniel Tupou. Now, Danica, some important breaking news.
Yes, James Tedesco is still a chance of returning into the action tonight. He's been classified as a Category 2, so he'll now have to go through the next 15 minutes of protocols to test whether he'll be able to come back onto the field, but he still is a chance to return to the action.
All right, that's excellent news for the Roosters. Thank you, Danica.
Stand up, Becca. Back here. Hold.
This is so absorbing, this game. Oh, big shot again. And the ball comes out the back. Radley scoops it up, gives it away to Swali'i. And he's tackled this time by Brown. Another great effort by a Parramatta half in defence. And Walker's passes forward. This is tenacious by Parra.
That was beautiful play the play before where Victor Radley got the ball. And the way Joseph Suali'i got himself into space. This goes to show the class of the young man. Watch Victor here and watch Suali'i. Watch, he pushes up, he sees the space. Great instinct, great understanding of where to get into that space. And then Sammy fires it forward.
Yeah, it was a smart set, Joey. The temptation when you play against 12 men is to go around them, but they stuck to the middle third of the field, the Roosters, and they got their opportunities.
So physical.
Net off! Square, hold, wait! Go 3.
Oh, they're up fast on Sevo.
Sam off the body! Milking! Milking! Go 4, play on.
Hodgson ducks off down the left and Brown. That was a pretty errant ball. It gave Cartwright a real task.
It's a lazy pass there. The pass was never on from Dylan.
Roosters feet.
You get into the line and the pass isn't on. This is where you got to wear a bruise. Just dummy and dig into the line. Pass was never on. It's a lazy effort there.
The emotional roller coaster of Australia's greatest rivalry is back for 2023. See the best of the best come together and battle for Origin glory. Secure your seats today at nrl.com/tickets. So Corey Allen with his first involvement as a Rooster. He's played a game for Queensland. He played in a decider back in 2020, Corey Allen. Queensland won. Here's Swali'i.
Get off, Clint! Hold, wait!
They've been brave, Parramatta. How much more can they withstand here? Allen gives it away to Tupou, who goes to ground with no one around him. Couldn't hold his footing. I wonder if he's hurt himself here. He's ginger to get up and play it. Meantime, Radley. Oh, Hopgood and Hodgson account for him. Lukiri, Swali'i again to Tupou. Again he's fallen over. Shrugs off Penasini. Last play, back to Kiri. Kicks back across them. Now Polo gets up. He gives it back to Lindsay Collins, who's over there. And now Hutchison, he's tackled by Brown. Another try saver.
That's an incredible set. That's an incredible set by the Parramatta Eels. Scramble, try savers nearly every tackle. With 12 men on their own line. That was a big set.
Sorry, Billy. Yes, Danica?
Yes, and breaking news on James Tedesco. He has failed his HIA, so he's now out of the action. And then because it was a sin bin, it does mean that they have activated their 18th man, which is Ben Thomas. So he'll be coming into the action tonight.
All right, huge news. Thank you, Danica. So we're going to see the 19-year-old Joseph Swali'i go the rest of the game in the number 1. Have you wanted a bit more attention this week? Moses. And Polor, who's playing with confidence on the back of this excellent try-scoring form he's in. And dropped down 11 short of halfway by Makatoa. Here's Fletcher Baker now. Another big physical front rower. And now the Fahu White is on the ground. He's got great leg speed. This is another powerful set by the Roosters. The ball goes to Butcher. That's Nat Butcher on the right. They're inside the 30. He's lost it. There's some tired Parramatta players out there, but they are showing immense courage.
Oh, that's an understatement. They're very tired, Parramatta.
Too late, mate.
Oh, you're going to challenge this?
Hey. Hey, mate. Got a captain's challenge. I would have lost off Nat Butcher.
Nat Butcher's appealing that they kicked the ball
Yeah,
out.
Nat Butcher has lifted the ball clear of the ground, and there is ruck interference from Parramatta. The challenge is successful.
Let's go to Brad.
This is the rule they were talking about at the start of the year, where they were going to put more responsibility on the player playing the ball. In this situation, that wasn't directly to his feet. So the Parramatta bloke's still making his way to marker. So we're explaining that this is going to go against the Roosters, but a couple of times it's happened this year when it's gone upstairs, they haven't gone with that ruling.
Well, it's a big set for Parramatta defensively. They've just worked their backsides off over the last couple of minutes. They got 2 minutes before they get their winger back.
So White now plays his 6th career NRL game tonight. Ball goes right through Radley. And Keary to Nat Butcher.
Release. Go to Dylan Brown.
Radley working with Keary and Swali'i and Allen and Tupou. He'll get that one down.
Coming into 3.
Yeah, it just becomes a numbers game for the Roosters. They've got an extra player out on the field, and there's a bit of space out on that right-hand side where Bailey Simonson would have been defending. Nice structure. Harvey Norman replay. The ball gets out to Keary. Suoli'i plays it well. So does Allen. Just puts it out in front of Tupou, and he finishes them most times.
Oh, his back foot here. Harvey Norman replay. Daniel Tupou. They do well. Moses releases Will Penasini. Penasini gets over. Watch the back foot.
Try's been confirmed.
Oh, well done, Tupou. Well, it had to come, didn't it? That's so much field position, so much ball. Ready?
Well, both tries have come at 8 minutes 30 into the player being into the sin bin. You can see how much wear and tear it puts on your footy too. It'll be interesting how they bounce out of these 10 minutes in the sin bins at Parramatta. They're possibly 12 points down. Imagine their petrol tanks.
We're all waiting.
Corner post cam shows it to perfection. And Daniel Tupou, he's closing the gap. He's only 3 short of equaling Anthony Minicello's record for try scored for the Roosters. Mini on 139. His time at the club might be coming to an end as well. Here's Sam Walker once again. He has left this out left.
Time off. Game on!
10-2 Roosters. Well, Parramatta have shown great temerity here. They've had firstly Penasini and now Simonson Sinbin in the first half. So they're back to 13 now. They've had no territory whatsoever. So to have an 8-point gap is actually quite a good result for them in the context of the game. Imagine if they could jag one before half-time. Here's Butcher now. Radley to Nafahu White. And to Sam Walker. There's a chase here from Jackson Polor, and he's pushed the Parramatta player out of the way.
You can't just push someone out of the way.
With no subtlety whatsoever.
He doesn't have the ball, he's just standing there,
from
mate.
the Roosters. They found their footy over their bye break, and now it's time for the Parramatta Eels to find their footy. And those three men on screen, Gutherson, Brown and Moses, it's got to come from them. They've got to get their hands on the footy here and find their game.
To beyond. On the line. Hold, wait.
Wonga Blake in his final contract here with Parramatta.
Hold, wait.
Ball played to Hodgson. And now Regan Campbell-Gillard.
Move. Hold.
Round to Cartwright. Charges at Hutchison.
Release it.
And then Walker comes in to assist, but they're 26 metres out now. They have had no football down here at all. As Campbell-Gillard plays it inside the red zone. Moses to Gutherson, and now Petticini with a right foot straightened. Keary was waiting for him with Corey Allen. Last play. Moses, he attacks the line with a kick, but Hutchison. There was no real Parramatta pressure there.
Well, someone had to get through and compete on that. That was in the spot.
That was Bryce Cartwright's job. That's the back rower.
Josh, move! Up square.
Oh, Egan Butcher. Whacked by Campbell-Gillard now. There's a bit of history between these teams too, if you remember back to 2021. Maranania Corey on Tedesco just before half-time, and then there was the game Dylan Brown had his knees on Drew Hutchison. So there's some spite maybe lingering from previous exchange. An early kick here, and Gutherson has to go back to get it inside his 20.
Yeah, that's a great kick. Sam Walker identifies that the Eels are out of gas, so he puts it deep in their territory early in the tackle count. Makes their forwards work back hard. Campbell-Gillard still not onside.
That's a good run by Simonson. Less than 3 until half-time. Despite everything in this first half, Parramatta is still well and truly in the game. I'm assuming, gentlemen, when you have adversity of this nature, a game can get away from you, but they haven't let it. Nice hands on here, and a chip back infield from Penasini. Brown's after it. Oh, a fraction deep.
Bad.
A wicked bounce of the ball. It could easily have come straight back towards him.
On the line. Both feet, fellas.
He puts himself in the picture, Dylan Brown, both in defence and attack. He's already saved a couple of tries by covering into the backfield. And then last tackle, Moses goes down that right-hand side. Brown's pushing up through the middle.
Marcus, stand up! Hold, wait!
Oh, Campbell-Gillard. He just missed that Butcher. Radley holds the pass, and Keary plays short to Egan Butcher. Wrapped up by Penasini, and some help from Moses. Now Brandon Smith. And now Walker punches into the middle, and he gets it back to Keary. Oh, a big blow before half-time. And Brandon Smith set it up.
Well, the combinations are building. The #1 rule in If you get one marker, the dummy half has to run. Harvey Norman replay, one marker, Brandon Smith gets out. But the best thing here, the halves push up. Sam Walker and then Keary on the other side of the ruck pushes through to score. Great principle-based footy, that one. One marker, dummy half run, halves push up and support.
It's his strength, Brendan Smith, getting out of dummy half. He scored the first try for the Roosters against the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Broke the game open, and on this occasion, just before half-time, he extends the lead.
Well, we just got through saying that Parramatta had hung tough and hadn't let this game get out of their grasp, so that's a big blow to their chances. The Roosters with their third try in the first 40.
Time off, sorry, Case, go. Next set.
You just see the halves of the Roosters. They anticipate the opportunity better than anyone in the game. Luke Keary, as soon as that's one marker, he can see what Brandon Smith's is seeing, and they both push forward.
Oh,
He who moves his feet first gets rewarded. The halves for the Roosters, they got rewarded on that occasion.
Stay back!
So the Roosters with very much the upper hand here after 40 minutes of play. 3 tries to nothing.
All right, let's get underway. It's back to our commentary team, Matthew Thompson.
Thanks, Danica. If you're joining us at halftime too, no James Tedesco ruled out of this game because of a failed HIA in the first half. So that in itself gives a little bit of hope for Parramatta, who are on the back foot for the whole first 40 minutes. 16-2, 3 tries to nothing so far. And Ryan Madison with a bullocking run. Stop 14 short of the halfway. Here's Matt Dory. Started it in the back row for the opening couple of rounds of the competition. And now Regan Campbell-Gillard.
Good opening set by Parra. Rolled down the field.
Brown's kick has Suali'i pinned to the 10-metre line. And he's wrapped up by Cartwright. And some help from Wonga Blake there as well.
Release now! Wait!
Here's Daniel Tupou. 143 running metres in the first half for the hulking Sydney Roosters winger. Radley in his 100th, playing on to Egan Butcher, who was denied a try in the first half thanks to the bunker. And now White.
Release 5! Becky.
Oh, juggled by Walker.
Give 10 here, boys. Give him 10. Right now.
Gutherson, he'll send Sevo running back.
Stand together. Hold. Go.
Played by Blake. Now Bailey Simonson.
Fletcher off!
Fletcher Baker, the 17. Nafahu White, the 15. And Dylan Brown with that lovely sweet stepping. Nearly cut a hole through them there. And we've got a 6 more, and we haven't seen many of them so far in the match.
I don't think we've seen. That's the first one.
Yeah.
Stand up!
That's right.
He's 10. Wait. Hold!
And over to Makatoa, so a recharged tackle count gives Parramatta the opportunity to attack the Roosters line. for a rare occasion so far in the match. Cartwright. 21 short, Walker the tackler. Hodgson with his guile headed left after looking right, and then Blake wanted to pass it, but Gutherson had run past the ball. On the scrum line on the western side of Allianz Stadium, Hodgson showed it to a couple. Oh, did he get in behind his man there? He certainly got whacked.
Victor.
Yeah. Moses to Gutherson and Penasini, and back to the King! They had scored first after the break. That is precisely the start that Parramatta needed.
Well, they had the footy the whole time in this second half. The first 3.5 minutes, it's been all Parramatta Eels. They got the 6 again. Harvey Norman replay. Last tackle, Mitchell Moses decides to run the footy. And Will Penasini just comes up with a beautiful offload. And the bloke who's always there, Clint Gutherson, the captain, he's got his team back in this match. What a start to the second half for the Eels.
I'd say Will Penasini coming into this game would have been licking his lips up against his best mate, Joseph Suoli'i. Both went to school together, played junior reps, Australian schoolboys rugby together. And there he is, Mr. Z Factor, the King, Gutho. Ready?
Yeah, the talk all week about moving Gutho to the centres. The tackle before Hodgson's tackle, Gutho actually threw the ball on the left-hand corner from dummy half. He then scooted around, got to second receiver, and ended up catching the ball to score the try. If he's playing centre, he's touching the ball a lot less than he did in that last 3 tackles.
Once again, the skipper has breathed life into his team. 16-6 and Moses. Oh, that's off the steel work, and 1 up, 1 down. Oh, they're both up. It's a goal. What happens with 1 up and 1 down now? I think we just had a flag up and flag down. I can't remember the last time we had one of those. Brad Fittler, do you remember a flag up and flag down?
I'm trying to think.
If anyone would remember, it'd be you.
Well, it was in the days when the goalposts were a lot lower. You got a lot of confused touch judges.
There was one confused touch judge out there just then, let me tell you.
Confused in what way, Brad?
Well, they didn't know if it was going in or out.
One job. That's Brad. Glad we cleared that up. Ground. Oh, look at this. They're full of running now, aren't they? 3 tackles used, and already Parramatta inside the Roosters half. And here's Makatoa. Oh, he says last year, Grant Atkins, so either he's ahead or we're one short. Gutherson down a right-hand channel. Penasini kicks. It's bounced away, and the Roosters have won the ball back. Oh, hang on, there's an appeal for a knock-on. Oh, there's an offside penalty. Well, it hasn't taken long for this match to turn.
Again, they run the ball on the last tackle. Will Penasini ends up with it. He comes up with a kick. Comes off Tupou.
Well, Bailey Simonson was standing out. He's standing out. And it hits him and then goes on to Keary. Rubber the green there, Para. Here they come.
Campbell Gillard sets the Eels up 15 out. Madison, short pass to Cartwright. He has gone into that middle forward role now, Ryan Madison, and he is a prolific offloader. There he is again, playing the link man. Not a great ball to Moses. It went behind him, but Dory runs back. That's high.
Wow.
Just
Do you
hold
go
up.
to a 6-point gap here?
I think I'd take the 2. Billy, what about you?
16-8. I'd be going for the try.
Okay, back on the line. There's a mark.
You're asking the wrong person there.
Billy always takes the try.
Victor, stand up. Come on. Oh. Wait.
Well, they've taken the odds to it here. Hodgson, Brown and Moses and Dory. Oh, bang.
Runs hard, Dory, didn't he?
And that was Smith again. He's come away from that one a bit shaky, Brandon Smith and Madison. Oh, there's the dicey off-fight. Oh, they've lost it. That was what tackle?
If it
2?
hits him, no one goes that way, okay? No, you're not going to hit Victor. Would you like to
Came
challenge
off
on the captain?
Hodgson's hand into Radley.
I think there's going to be a challenge here.
Hey, Jerry. For a captain's challenge of for a knock-on, Parramatta are challenging.
There was an offload from Ryan Madison, came out the back.
Looking to see if there's a knock-on from Parramatta before the Roosters. It touches Josh Hodgson's left hand and then contacts the Rooster defender. The challenge is unsuccessful.
Roosters feet.
Yes, Brad.
Clock's on.
Yeah, the coach has gone to the bench. Hargreaves and Collins both coming on.
Okay.
They've hardly had the ball, the Roosters. They've just been defending this opening 8.5 minutes of the second half. They've got to get through this set, the Roosters.
Knock off. Hold. Right. Josh, move.
So Baker and White off. Collins and Wairia Hargreaves on. And Trent Robinson playing 2 of his wild cards, or trump cards, probably more specifically, just after half-time.
Releasing.
Egan Butcher. Now Brandon Smith on 3, kicks from inside the 40, and Gutherson, he's sprinting hard after it. It bounced back infield, but look at the Rooster wall. Sevo can't even punch through it.
Yeah, that was a reaction from Brandon Smith, but it was the reaction from his teammates that backed him up. There was 7 or 8 players down there cornering Sevo in that corner.
Good solid defence, aggressive. Egan Butcher. Luke Keary in there too, and Simonson's been stung by that. Oh. He's gone to ground here, Bailey Simonson, so some concern for him. Now Brendan Hands, who made an immediate mark in the NRL last week with a try against the club for whom he played junior football. Campbell Gillard has lost it, and there is the reward for the Smith kick and the hustling defence from the Roosters. It's a head clash.
Congratulations to everyone in the Royal Wing Baker Fleet and Western Footballs. You are each taking home platform drinks, including merchant and houses.
It's a momentum turner, that long kick, Billy, isn't it? That was Cameron Smith's specialty. Bang it long, chase it hard, and shift the game.
Well, it puts your team in good field position and puts a lot of pressure on the opposition. And if you can find space and get down there, the opposition have to get back 30 or 40 metres before they can impact on the play. And then you give your team a chance to force the error. We'll get a shot of Joseph Suoliti at fullback in this set.
So what happens here? Jack Murchie will come on. He won't play on the wing, will he?
Well, Cartwright might go to a centre.
Cartwright or Ryan Madison.
Yeah, Cartwright. He's gone to... He'll go to right centre.
Here we go, Locks.
Well, that's the side you've got to attack. You've got to bring them to the right post and then attack the left side.
Here we go. Right.
Here's Suoliti. Can't get around Moses.
Move now, Mitchell.
So they've come out swinging, Parramatta. They've got to get on the defensive here now. That's a good tackle. Madison, that's the way you shop the big dog. Don't let him get a run-up.
He's been aggressive defensively, Ryan Madison.
Hey, lady, come on. Jack, release!
Radley into the line, and Keary to Egan Butcher. Charged at Cartwright. He was equal to the task. 11 metres out. Brandon Smith to Aria Hargreaves. There's a 6 again call. The Roosters' first of the game.
Jack, release! Play it, Jared. Hold.
Around the back, Keary to Egan Butcher. Again, Cartwright with a critical tackle.
Hold. Wait. Gotcha. Bring up.
Collins and Keary, great hands. Walker to Hutchison and Jackson Polo, and he gives it back to Hutchison. It's a 6 again call once again.
6 again. Hold.
That's a great scramble.
It is, but can they keep it up here?
Parra or the referee giving out 6 to go?
Oh, Parra.
It's been 4. 4 in a row.
Swali'i, danger. Put down well. Hands and Campbell Gillard. They're parked inside the 10. Smith to Collins and Keary. A floater. No room. They make it look like there's room. And there wasn't any there, so Polo came back through the middle. How many's that? 4. Radley, Walker, again, they attack out wide, and Tupou is wrapped up strongly. This is inspired stuff by Parramatta in defence. Walker, oh, he's touched it. It's a knock-on the last tackle. Jermaine Hopgood.
Well, they can't drop their heads, Parramatta. That was an incredible period of defence. They were like ants, just scrambling and saving everything. Last play, Jermaine Hopgood just gets a hand to this. They're going to have to do it again, Parramatta.
Gee, that's hard to take.
Well, they asked a few questions to Bryce Cartwright out on that left-hand side. He come up with the answers on multiple occasions.
Hold! Break!
Centrefield scrum, 10 metres out. Keary, Swali'i, and Jackson Polo.
Move, Micah!
Great sliding defence by Parra. Keary tries to go through the middle. No joy.
Stay here, Nick. Hold.
Madison, the defender. Back to the right. Hutchison. Oh, Sevo! He knocked it on. He nearly pinched that, you know.
Good day.
It's only grazed the ground, but that's all it needs to do.
Well, they're creating chances, the Roosters, but through desperation and effort, the Eels are hanging in there.
Danica, some more breaking news for us.
Yeah, just a quick update on Bailey Simonson. He's been categorised as a Category 2, so that does mean that he will go through the 15-minute testing. He has about 12 minutes to go, so he still is a chance of returning to the action.
Another scrum, another Roosters win. Keary!
Cartwright again. Great tackle. 6 to go. Another one.
My goodness, this is a brutal assault by the Roosters, and Parra stoic. Collins! Oh, he nearly bashed the door down. Who was that around the legs? It was Jermaine Hopgood. Played it quickly though. Smith, Walker, Swali'i, backhanded pass. Paulo with a catch. Roosters in the corner.
Now, Wanga Blake is appealing for an obstruction here. Great skill. Billy spoke about Suali'i and Polo before the warm-up, flicking balls. Harvey Norman replay. Just keep your eyes on Drew Hutchison. He goes through. No, that's fine. I don't know what Wanga Blake was appealing for. He gets his hands up.
They just do it so easy, Joey. That flick pass. We see Jackson Paulo in the first half deliver a nice flick pass to Hutchison, and then Joseph Suali'i before the game, they would just flick past into each other, and it looks so natural. That's why it comes off in the game. They obviously practice that move. They couldn't hold on any longer, Parramatta.
No.
Jackson Paul, he's a big unit, isn't he? I think he's as tall as Suoliti. Look at this for class. Doink.
Just that little goose step gets Suoliti on the outside of Wonga Blake. Just watch him here, gets the ball and just stops and goes. Gets Sevo engaged.
Oh, gee, that was nearly cruel watching all that possession go against Parramatta. They tried and tried, but the Roosters persevered, and Walker's kick is no good. The most stunning of autumn evenings in Sydney. It's quite the sight. The new Allianz Stadium and the hosts, the Roosters, have a pretty handy advantage here, but they are up against a plucky Parramatta outfit tonight. They came storming out of the sheds, Parramatta, but again, the Roosters dominate possession and territory and capitalise with a try to Jackson Polor. A 12-point game now as Collins powers his way up the centre.
Ross Cartwright again. Just watching jersey 15, Brendan Hands. His tackle technique, really good. Gets up under the ball runner. Great timing, really good technique defensively.
Walker's clearing kick straight to Sevo. He's one of these, I suppose you say, mature age. First game was last week. Brendan Hands, 24 years of age, Penrith Brothers Junior. And of course scored a crucial try against the Panthers last week.
Yeah, just watching his technique. Great timing. Another Penrith Junior.
Madison. Halted by Collins. 6 again. Jermaine Hopgood runs at Smith and carries him for a way there. Keary as well.
He's a tough man.
Oh, did he drop that? Oh, he got away with it. Widemu Greg's back out on the ground. Hands to Madison. Moses waiting out the back. Dory on an angle. Maria Hargreaves missed him, and Hands schemes. Short pass from Madison to Greg. And they've worked up to within 12 metres of the line here now. Dylan Brown. Brown, beat one, beat two. Gutherson stepping this time. Fires the pass out. Moses did well to catch it. Moses back on the inside. Mitchell Moses tries to strip them himself, and he stopped a metre out. Sam Walker, important tackle. Gutherson now. Gutherson wants to pass it to someone. There's no one really there on the last tackle, and they've shut him down.
Yeah, he was balked by the defence. I think it was Corey Allen. Rushed out of the line, last tackle. And Gutherson could sense it on the right-hand side. He went back inside.
Let's go!
Danica, busy night for news.
Yes, and some good news for Parramatta. Bailey Simonson has been cleared of his HIA, so he'll be returning to the action very shortly.
Penalty, high tackle.
Hey! Great decent he walks. Fuck it up, brother.
Didn't get him high.
Jake Turpin out there. Brandon Smith sent for arrest. That's him in 14 for the Roosters across the face of Maria Hargreaves, and now Collins.
Move now, Jermaine! Square! Hold!
Madison and Hopgood, the defenders. Couple out from the halfway. Bradley takes them on.
Let go now!
Hands with a good tackle. Got in front of Victor the inflictor. Dragged him down. Kiri, Swali'i, blistering left foot step. He left Cartwright in his wake there.
Out together, boys! Come on!
Pass doesn't find its mark, and Walker's got to go back to get it.
Surrender! Last tackle! Stand up! Wait! Don't go early. Surrender! Wiramu! Go. Hey, mate!
Carey rushed. And then Gutherson with the catch at the back.
Put down. Back 10, Lindsay. His 10. Wait. Hold! Hold!
Past the hour mark we go. It's been a wonderful contest.
Jake, move! Wait. Go to.
They're not going away here, Parramatta.
Out together, let's go!
Just wonder how much they got left in the tank. Here's Moses. And Dory.
Play on!
Critical legs tackle there by Butcher, but it wasn't finished. And Gutherson now to Whittamoo Greg.
Goose stepping.
Hold! Release Nat! Hold. Loose.
Hands, beautiful pass from dummy half, long ball. And, oh, that's an important tackle. That was Sam Walker on Jack Murchie. A couple of fast play the balls here now for Parramatta, and Sevo down the wing. Sevo with a kick over the top. Oh, Micah.
Micah, you're 120 kilos. Just run.
Zero coming.
Kicking license gone.
Yeah, creating opportunities by Joey. And whenever Brown and Moses get the ball first receiver, something seems to happen. It was a dangerous set for Parramatta. Brown and Moses need to take control, get the footy as much as possible. Good things happen around them.
Stand
They really
now.
use the ball, don't they,
This 10,
Parramatta?
hold. Wait!
Really pass to
Brendan,
space.
you're early. Move together.
Despite that possession count, which is very much in the Roosters' favour, you sense Parramatta are still creating opportunities with the ball.
Well, they're only 12 points behind. That's very gettable. 2 converted tries.
Jack, release him! Back here. Hold back here.
Kiri for Swali'i, and then Allen, and the pass was misdirected.
Release me!
Tupou couldn't run onto it out in front of him.
Hold.
Moses shuts him down. Penasini there to help as well. Kiri, Maria Hargreaves. Dory sets himself for the impact, and he drags him down. Sam Walker. Now Swali's after this. It's fullback versus fullback. Who's going to come away with this? Oh, Gutherson somehow. It was a wrestle for the ball.
You kept possession, you got tackled in goal.
It's like that contest where you hold the footy in one hand and your teammate grabs it and you wrestle for it. They both go up, both fullbacks, and they've got the ball. Who wins? Who wants it more?
Billy, when you're in that position and the ball's gone up, can you feel the players coming? Could Gutherson, would he have seen Suali'i coming at him?
Yeah, you feel the pressure. You know you've got to jump up. You've got the advantage when the ball's coming towards you.
Say that
The
again.
ball's going over Suali'i's head, so he's got the harder task. Gutherson did well
Have a
then
go on
because
him, mate.
Suali'i had a good grab of that ball. Is that Dory?
Yeah.
Dory's got an issue.
He's been strong.
It's a shoulder. Oh, that's why. Well, not too many shoulders stand up to that impact.
Yeah, I just saw it on the screen. Yeah.
Did he have a shoulder problem last year at the Bulldogs? Did Phil Gould say that? Maybe early in the year he had an awful run with injury.
He's got that right shoulder strapped. That's the one that made impact with Hargreaves. You see Bailey Simonson coming back into the action.
Just hold there. I'm going to wait for him to go. Let me know when he's close, Matty.
Oh, he's lost the ball, Rhea Hargreaves. And there's some energy about Parra now. Back slappings and
Challenging him.
fist pumps. And there's a challenge.
Jared
bounced straight up wanting to challenge this.
Ruling him held and then
There's good contact by Parramatta. Was it Jack Murchie?
We're going to see if the ball is lost by Jared Rhea-Hargreaves.
Oh, Hopgood, he's got his hand on the football.
Jermaine Hopgood strips the ball out in the tackle. The challenge is successful.
Can I get a mark from you, mate?
Well, there's only 12 points the difference, but Parramatta can't let the Roosters score here. You know, 16 or 18 will be a fair bit intimidating on the scoreboard. You've got to keep that 12-point deficit and be within striking distance.
They're going to take the shot here. They're going to try and stretch it to a 14-point margin.
Hang on. I'll give you that.
Keep it going.
Well, Sam Walker, he's 38 metres out. He hasn't got a real long kick. So as a kicker, if you're looking for extra distance, you can actually hook the ball. See if he keeps his normal technique and how he comes into the ball. He goes a little bit hard at it.
Oh, he's hit it beautifully.
Successful penalty conversion for the Roosters, number 7, Sam Walker. Proudly brought to you by Eels. Roosters 22, Eels.
That's as well as he's ever struck one, I reckon, Sam Walker.
Yeah, he struggles to hit the ball. That went 15 metres over the dead ball.
Stay back here.
Sorry, Sam.
Stay behind.
Well, that's made it hard.
Well, it just changes your mentality. You know you've got to score 3 tries now in 15 or 14 minutes. You've got to start using the football. Doesn't matter where you are on the field.
Danica, what can you tell us?
Matt Doorey, we thought it was a shoulder injury, but he's actually come off as a HIA interchange. And just also a word on the crowd tonight, a great showing for a Thursday night here at Allianz Stadium. 20,886, the official attendance here at Allianz. They're certainly enjoying their night of footy.
Yes, why wouldn't you come here? If you haven't been, you must. Turpin. That's Brendan Hands. Good one-on-one tackle. Walker, that's a tantalising one. Lands in no man's land. Oh, Gutherson with a pickup. That was supreme skill.
That was so courageous. There was a player kicking at the ball and he bends down and puts his head there to pick the ball up.
The Kia knockoff post-match. Make sure you stick around here from Allianz. We'll recap all the big moments of tonight's game, and the Joseph Swart-Illy debate continues. Does it really? Seeing another element to his game tonight, playing in the fullback role, which of course he did for Samoa during the World Cup. He's bobbed up right around the field tonight. Here's Brown. Brown away to Blake, good hands. Now Sevo back on the inside, and Hutchison. He doesn't do anything wrong, Drew Hutchison, does he?
Yeah, they defended that really well.
Brown. They want some catches and they can't get any. That's Corey Allen.
Well, that's the second time tonight. There was one in the first half. Parramatta put a kick right on the spot and then no one competed for it. And you need 14 points with 12 minutes to go. You've got to compete.
I'll tell you how much the fans love Drew Hutchison here at the Roosters. When they were playing next door at the cricket ground, when Allianz was being completed, the Roosters club were running a fan-voted man of the match poll. So you text into a number, and they were flashing it up during the game. He had about 75% of the vote. The problem was he hadn't been on the field yet.
Parents and friends.
The Roosters fans love him.
Move together! Square net!
So Simonson.
Egan, stand up! Square! Hold, wait!
10 out from the halfway. Ball in the Cartwright, now to Moses, and back on the inside, Penasini, he flings it, and there's Lindsay Collins with the clean-up work.
He keeps his feet moving, Lindsay. Now the Roosters are on the attack.
Move! Hold, wait!
As the stats meters going, Jared Warrior Hargreaves leading as usual, 180 metres. He's had a game.
He's had 21 runs.
Bradley times his pass to perfection, and Egan Butcher goes trucking into the line. 16 metres short of it. Turpin working a short side. Walker's got to pull out. And then he digs a kick over the top, and it bounces back for him. He nearly got the pass away. That was special from the young halfback.
Well, that was Sam Walker. That was unorthodox. There was no structure to it, and it nearly came off. That was brilliant by Sam Walker.
Let you stand! Hold, wait!
Well, this is tough now for Parramatta. They are wedged at their end of the ground. Madison has toiled away. That was a tired-looking run, though. Brown, oh, Gutherson was there. He couldn't get it to him.
It's been good tonight, Dylan Brown.
He's in the dummy half now. Clint Gutherson, Moses sends a pass to Jack Murchie.
Nothing late.
Oh, that will take some catching. He does it well. Swiley. And Tupou, he's gone through Penasini. He's past the halfway. He's beaten them, and Keary with a one-handed catch. And Luke Keary is going to dash away.
Mitchell Moses is on the ground. Great try by the Roosters. Mitchell Moses is on the ground. I think he's holding a shoulder, and it looks bad. It looks really bad. Great effort by Tupou. Superb catch, Suoli'i. Tips it on to Tupou. Harvey Norman replay. Floating bomb, spiralling and floating. And watch the class here. Suoli'i gets it, and then Tupou gets on the outside of Will Penasini. It's a poor miss. And then Keary pushing through the middle. Supporting, oh, you see Mitchell Moses. Well, he's actually getting back behind the line.
Yeah, they've renewed your doctor's licence, haven't they?
That's how you do your shoulder. Is we see Tupou make the line break, and you'll see Mitchell Moses just put the left arm out and land on it.
That's how you do it, yeah?
That's how you do it.
You had a couple of shoulders, didn't you, Bill?
I did. And that's exactly how I landed. When that arm's outstretched and you jam the joint up, hopefully Mitchell's okay.
This has been very professional by the Roosters tonight.
He does look to be okay, Mitchell. He's behind the in goal.
Yeah.
And number 2 points for the man playing his 50th game for the Roosters, number 7, Sam Walker. Proudly brought to you by Airtag, and it's Roosters 28, Eels 8.
Okay, mate. Sorry, this is the last minute. Mike, go. I'll hold him for you, go. Stay behind.
Hutchison will send Fletcher Baker back, and the Roosters, after slipping in the first week of the season, the upset defeat to the Dolphins, they're going to make it 3 wins on the trot now. And they are getting better and better. And this combination, I think you mentioned it earlier, Andrew, around Brandon Smith and the halves and Tedesco. Look, he hasn't been there for the bulk of the game here tonight, so this is a very encouraging performance.
The Eels fans, the team's been really gutsy tonight. Talking to their doctor before the game, Sean Lane, maybe a chance next week, definitely in a fortnight, but said it's maybe a chance next week.
Well, Walker's kick is right on the money. So the positive for Parramatta, that they've had a very difficult start to the season. Admittedly, they haven't registered the wins they would have liked, but their next 5 opponents all failed to make the finals last year, and they don't travel outside of Sydney until round 10. Tigers coming up, Bulldogs home, Broncos, that's a tough one, Newcastle, and then the Titans as part of Magic round. I'm thinking, Billy, if they perform like they have tonight against those teams coming up, they win the bulk of those.
Well, if they come with the same effort as they brought tonight, they'll win the majority of those games. They'll improve bits and pieces in their game. Players like Whittamoo Greg, Jack Murchie, Dory, they're all going to learn from the experience of playing with Moses and Brown. They'll get better as the season goes on. They just can't fall too far behind. That's the risk of not winning games early in the season.
Moses for Cartwright has been strong. And they got it back to Simonson, then Penasini. A rugby-style kick over the top and bounces sideways, and they're going to get back there, and he's going to get it back here. Oh, bang!
Ball. Goal line.
That is a serious whack on Jackson Polo.
Well, he got a nice bounce, Will Penasini, and he puts it into space. Could easily have gone dead. But they get a little bit of luck here, the Parramatta Eels.
Stay up short, Case. Sorry. Come up. Let's go. Clock.
Well, they lead comfortably, and they still go short. And Gutherson has it now. And for the Roosters, the next fortnight is a challenging one. Melbourne in Melbourne, Sharks in Cronulla.
But they're Sunday.
We are there Sunday, and
It's the Warriors.
the Warriors have lost once all year, and it was to the Roosters. Good hands, and they might take one back to the west here. They do. Simonson with a try in the corner, thanks to a spectacular put down.
Yeah, lovely passing here by Parramatta. Earned the repeat set. Harvey Norman replay. Brown, Moses and Gutherson, all key factors in that movement. Just watch the passing here. Brown plays nice and straight. So does Mitchell Moses, and they preserve the space just enough for Bailey Simonson to get into the corner. Mitchell getting a little bit of feedback.
It's not positive.
Might be constructive.
Depends how we interpret it, I guess.
It's not confirmed. I just didn't want you to keep it.
And now he's got to go through it all again.
They're waiting for the try to be confirmed.
I thought the referee got a swear jar and was putting it into the crowd.
That's a glorious strike. So, what about tomorrow's game? I'm really curious about who you're tipping here. Friday night footy, Rabbitohs against Melbourne from Accor Stadium. That's at City Olympic Park. Don't miss the action right here, live and free on Nine's Wide World of Sports. Now, the Melbourne Storm have won 6 of their last 8 against South Sydney.
Billy, any idea when Pappenhausen will be back? Is there a round or a date?
No, I've got no idea when Ryan Pappenhausen will be back. They're going through a bit of an injury crisis and suspension. Jerome Hughes is still out. Jonah Pezzett has been a shining light over the last couple of weeks. He's only played 2 games in his NRL career, but he looks like he's going to have a real future in the game.
Cartwright, he's really toiled away tonight, and he plays the ball quickly to allow Gutherson to go on a run. Out the back, along the ground, knock back, play on. Oh, what a pass from Moses. It ends up with Wonga Blake. And that's is it Dory back on the ground? Yeah, it is. Hands out to Moses. Short kick, Cartwright's trying to get at it, and it's in the hands here of Simonson. He tries to roll it through, and Swally, he's got in the way. He knocked it on, he probably saved a try.
As good as the Roosters have been tonight, can you believe they're without Joey Manu, Matt Lodge,
hold your position.
Satili Tupanua, Angus Crichton? There's a host of names still to come back into this team. Connor Watson.
And, of course, they've signed Nathan Brown mid-season.
I think they're the team to beat. And the Roosters fully fit.
Well, if they play their best football, they'll be the team to beat. And they stay injury-free. We've seen the teams that have suffered injuries and suspensions, and the Parramatta are one of those teams tonight with no Junior Paulo. Sean Lane.
Oh, intercept chance, but Sevo plucks it off and will go in to score. So they've grabbed a couple towards the back end of the game.
Well, the pass was a dangling carrot for Jackson Paulo and just drifted straight over his hands. Dylan Brown, Joey, you mentioned he's been brilliant tonight. His running game, but this time his passing game. Harvey Norman replay just gets just enough height on that pass to go over the hands of Paulo.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cruel.
Paulo was like one of those seagulls today. I was down the beach eating some chips.
No.
And it was just looking and flying and trying to get one of those chips.
And when they worked out that you're just a mean
pig.
No, well, you said it.
Of course I did.
Don't share them with anyone, Andrew.
Refuse to share.
Another one by Mitch. So they've deserved these couple of tries. They didn't deserve a lopsided score.
They have been really impressive tonight, Parramatta. Missing some key players. 2 players sin bin in the first half. During that time, is there 2 tries scored?
Yeah.
3 tries while the guys are in the sin bin. And then it was 4 or 5, 6 to go there at one period. It felt like the Roosters were camped down their area 5 or 10 minutes. Just this year, they've lost the close ones. And that's the key. You've got to win those close games.
Gutho with a 30-metre cutout.
Jake, get off! Square round.
I'll be really fascinated to see how they go over the next month with, not being disrespectful, a more favourable looking draw to the one that they've been confronted with to open the season. Gutherson in the clear. Ball away to Brown.
Sam, get off! Oh, wait! Go turn to Fahu!
And Hopgood to Gutherson. Moses playing out there wide. And Penasini's nearly through here. He keeps it alive. Bailey Simonson has it. He's tackled the ground, and this will probably be the last play of the game. Nothing happening. Strong defence. Butcher with the tackle here on Brown to conclude a highly competitive contest at Allianz Stadium, but the Roosters have won 3 in a row now. Many people predicting them to give this premiership a genuine shake before a ball was even kicked, and they are showing signs of improvement week on week.
Really
And
good game, wasn't it?
they were highly professional from the outset here, and they've proven too good in the end for Parramatta. 28-20.